Alright guys, I've already gotten started on my background right here. As you can see, we're doing this for the Veterans Day project, so it is going to be patriotic and represent America. So we're going to use red, white, and blue, and we're going to use stars and stripes if you want to, but definitely some stars. So what I did to get started up here, I lined up my star with the top and edge of my paper, and I traced around it, holding it carefully, and I moved it across, and then I used a straight edge to do my stripes down here. So just to show you again, I'm going to take my star and line up my star with the edge, and this one's going to touch where my line is for my stripe. So I'm going to line up my star, hold it down, and I'm going to trace with my pencil. Now, I'm being very careful, and when I get to the outline of my head, I'm going to stop because I do not want my star overlapping my head. I'm going to come up here and trace upward and then come back down, just like that. Then I'm going to move over to this side. I notice that my star doesn't quite touch the edge of my paper right here, so I'm going to move it a little bit over. Then I'm making sure I trace all of my edges. There's a little one right there. Remember, I don't want it on my head, so I'm going to skip over where my head outline is. And I'm going to trace around. And then there's a little teeny tiny bit that would be right here. You don't have to do that, I'm just trying to keep it consistent. So, in order to do my stripes, I'm going to line up my straight edge with the bottom of my stars the best I can. And I'm gonna draw a line here, skip over my head, and finish my line here. Now I need to see how I'm spacing them. So now I'm looking at the top. So there's one stripe. That's gonna be red. I'm gonna put a little skinny white one in between. Alright, then I need another wide one for my red. And another skinny white one. And one last wide one. Alright, so now I am going to go back to my stars, and I will go ahead and finish up my background. Alright guys, now that I have outlined all of my, or traced all of my stars and stripes, I'm going to go ahead and start painting. So for the background, we're going to use blue and a really dark red, sort of like the red on the American flag. Now, I've decided that I want to keep it very similar to the American flag. You are welcome to do anything you want. You could do stripes inside of your stars. You could make polka dots, anything you want. Now, if you're going to paint solid areas, I want you to pay close attention. To get paint on my paintbrush, I'm going to get just a little bit from the edge of my blue. I'm not scooping, I'm just touching or dabbing. And then I'm going to use the edge of my paintbrush like a pencil. I'm going to come, actually, we'll go backwards. I'm going to use the edge of my paintbrush like a pencil and outline it. That edge of my paintbrush is just touching the pencil line. I'm gonna come right here, touching the pencil line. So I always, always, always outline before I start filling in. Switch hands so that you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to use the edge of my paintbrush like a pencil. And see how I just follow that right there? Get some more paint. All right, like that. It takes a little bit of time and practice, but your paintings will really look so much better when you work slowly to outline before you start painting it. Now guys, you could be painting the inside of the stars. I'm painting the outside because on the American flag, the stars are white. And I don't need any white paint because my paper is already white. So I'm just gonna leave it blank. Fill that in. And guys, if you notice, I should have brought this up. I have a painting paper behind my portrait. That is so that I do not get paint on my table. So it's not big enough to go all the way across my portrait. So right now it's just underneath the portrait on the side that I'm painting. Let me go ahead and outline against that line right there. And then I can paint in faster. And I'm going to use my paintbrush in the same direction, overlapping where that outline is. There we go. Just finish this section for you guys, and then I will go ahead and paint the rest of my background. Alright, and there we go. That section is all filled. Alright guys, as I'm sure you noticed, I did all of my blue before I'm starting my red. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my red the same way. I'm going to make sure I outline. I'm starting where my blue's already dry. And outline before I fill. And the red shouldn't take as long because it's not as much space. I'm going to go ahead, like I said, outline and fill. Go right against my head. It's okay if it's not perfect because we're gonna cover it up with your hair. And there we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all of my red.